In the California race yesterday, there was a Proposition 29. Now, that was to add some taxes to cigarettes. It's about $1 in taxes for a packet. Now, I look at these very carefully, and I'm not necessarily in favor of taxes. As you guys know, we had a huge debate on the show, and I'm not in favor of more taxes on sodas or sugary drinks or snacks, etc. So I looked into it, and it turns out actually California is ranked below 32 other states in how much we tax tobacco. So we don't tax tobacco very much at all. We're near the bottom, right? The bottom third or so. So if we did this tax, well, would it spring to out of control? Would it be number one, et cetera? No. If we did the tax, we'd be at number 16 among the 50 states. So it appeared to me to be a reasonable tax, and we have not raised taxes on cigarettes here in California in a long, long time, decades, right? So I decided I'm going to vote yes. Well, I wasn't alone. And part of the reason I voted yes is because the anti-smoking efforts here in California have worked tremendously well. And this would have raised $810 million a year for cancer research and programs to try to get you to stop smoking. And let me show you the success of that. So in 1984, 26% of Californians smoked. In 2010, because of the education programs, it had gone down to 12%. Now that's a tremendous success rate. That means we saved untold thousands of lives, maybe even millions of lives, because of people who did not get cancer because they were not smoking, because we did these wonderful education programs. So that's among the reasons that I voted yes on this, right? Well, I wasn't alone, because back in March, when they first tested this and they polled it, it had a 67% favorability rating. So, my God, it's clearly going to win, right? March is not that far removed from when we vote in the beginning of June, just a couple of months, 67%. Of course, here's what happened in the meanwhile. The tobacco companies put in $47 million to defeat the measure. $47 million. And guess what happened yesterday? Elbow from the sky, loss. 51-49, no. We will not have the tobacco tax. We will continue to tax tobacco at one of the lowest rates in the country. We will not raise over $800 million for awareness and for fighting cancer. Why? Because they put $47 million into deceiving the public in California, which previously by a 2-to-1 margin, 2/3 of the Californians were in favor of it. A couple of months later, they're against it. This is how you buy a democracy. This is how you buy our government. It happened in Wisconsin, but it happens day after day on issue after issue in state after state. This just happened to be a great example in California.
There's the campaign with, $47 million to defeat the measure. What could they tell people? I mean, Scott Walker can fool people into things that they're not sure about, or they're not up on, or even about his own record or what he's planning on doing, what he has done already. There's nobody out there that's going, oh, that's right, I saw some ads about how, back in the 50s, cigarettes are actually, they actually help you out. There's a benefit to smoking. Nobody believes that anymore. Yeah. What is it you get fooled by?
Anybody who watched the ads would be better equipped than I don't watch local TV, but they ran a ton of ads trying to deceive people with, my guess is over taxation, et cetera, et cetera. Steve-O, once he's done chewing, is going to tell us, because you saw some of the ads.
The problem with JR is that he's not a good liar. If you bring up cigarettes, you're going to lose on this. There's no way. Here's what they did that was so clever. They said, this is going to create a giant government bureaucracy that doesn't have to answer to anyone. The money doesn't even have to stay in California. It'll be spent elsewhere. And they just railed away on that point, that this is yet another example of the government creating another bureaucracy that wastes your tax dollars on people that you don't even care about who are out of state. Now, this ad played basically during every commercial break on TV and radio for the last couple of months. And I didn't even know about this proposition until I saw the ads against it by the tobacco companies. But once I heard that the ads are sponsored by Philip Morris, I was like, I'm going to vote yes.
I hate these ballot measures in California. I don't think that that's the way a democracy should work, because we don't know enough information for us to have an educated vote. And so much of our electorate is deceived by these ads. So that's point number one, is government bureaucracy. No, it isn't. They just tax you an extra $1 on a packet of cigarettes. That's it. It's over. There's no government bureaucracy. It's a lie. But you don't have to tell the truth. There's nothing telling you that political ads you have to run have to be true. They're funded by Philip Morris. God bless. That's it. They just run lies. It's just that simple. That's what people aren't getting about the Wisconsin situation. Like I read an analysis today saying, well, a lot of people voted so that democracy must be healthy. No. It isn't about that. It's about how you can spend so much more than your opponents and pack it with lies and you win anyway, right? And number two, on the ballot measures, when it's taxes, my old conservative philosophy was I'm likely to vote no, but I would look at it and sometimes I would vote yes, right? Now my presumption is flipped, that I'm likely to vote yes. Why? Not as a gut check thing, not as a principle thing, as the fact, it's the context. I'm in California. It's the only way to raise taxes. It's the only way to fund anything. Do I want my taxes raised? No. But do I want my kids to get a decent education, et cetera, et cetera? Yes. So I read it carefully, but most of the time I vote yes on raising my own taxes because I know that otherwise we're falling apart at the seams. So it's just, the system is so broken, it's sickening.